Tamara, thank you so much for doing this. I know your time is valuable. How are you?
I'm doing great. Thank you, Chris. And it's Tamara.
Tamara, I apologize.
That's
Uh,
okay.
Tell us about your experience this month competing in the Olympia.
Okay, so this is my second time on the Olympia stage. I did compete in 2015. And actually, my placement was the same in both. They put me in 16th place. That's usually everyone's question. Where did you place? How'd you do? My answer to that is I did great. I did very well, and I'm really proud of myself and what I brought. I thought it was a really good overall presentation, overall symmetry and balance. My balance was there. My conditioning was there. My posing was there. Everything was on point, and it was my best. So I'm really happy with what I brought personally, and that makes me feel satisfied with my presentation. And you can't have any expectations when you go into these shows. You just have to go with the flow of placement. A placement doesn't mean that you're not a winner. So I feel good about it. I had a great time from the meet and greet to the check-ins. Like everything was really really special, and there was a nice vibe to all the competitors this time. Like not that there wasn't last time, and maybe it was because I was a beginner. It was my first Olympia and I was a little more nervous, and having experienced that for the first time, I put a lot of pressure on it, whereas this time I didn't put all this pressure on it. There's always pressure, but there was not that I'm gonna you know have to perform this way or whatever. It was more like I did a lot of work to get here, and I'm going to enjoy every moment that God gave me. This is a big opportunity, and I'm just going to really soak it in and enjoy it. So actually, my highlight was really the meet and greet, because I got to meet with a lot of people that support me, and came from far places to come and just to meet and hang out and get to know their favorite athletes. And that support meant a lot to me, and it was really really special. So I got to really soak that up, and it made me feel special.
Is the sword next to you from a show this year that you won, or?
Actually, this sword is from the first time I won in 2015 that qualified me for that Olympia, the Orange County Muscle Classic muscle contest competition. The sword I just won, I only have two number one spots, and both of them qualified me for Olympias. The other sword that I just received this year at the Patriots MuscleContest.com show, I gave to my coaches, Ingrid Romero and Joe DeShulo. I gave Ingrid my crown. It's my biggest crown that I have, and I give it to her. And I give Joe my sword, and it's just was a gift from my heart, because it means a lot to me. Those swords and those crowns are really all we get, from that's the memory that we have, that we get to keep besides some photos, and they're really special to me. So my coaches are really special to me, and I wanted to give them something from my heart that meant something to me. So they have that at the Team Edge headquarters.
So your coaches, your friends, your family, how would they describe your personality?
My personality, okay, this is good. My coaches, my friends, and my family would say that I'm extremely loyal. I'm an extremely loyal person. I'm loyal to my team. I'm loyal to my coaches. I'm loyal to my friends. I'm loyal to my family. Um, I believe in that. And what else would I say? I think they would describe me as strong and disciplined, um, goofy for sure. I'm a big dork, so loud. I'm loud. Those are some funny things about me, I think, that they would say.
We saw a ton of your personality on your YouTube channel leading up to the Olympia. Were those videos a lot of fun for you guys?
Oh, they were great. Yes, the taboo videos that I did with my friend Boyana, who's also two times Olympian IFBB pro figure. We filmed with My Tai Productions, and they are amazing. They did an amazing job at capturing our prep for Olympia 2017, and it was a lot of fun filming that. Actually, we filmed that. The truth is, we filmed it all in one day, and it was my birthday. It was on August 10th. So this is my first birthday that I said, I almost thought about having a cheat meal on this day. And then I said, you know what? no way. Like, I'm going to the Olympia like this. You had like 5, 6 weeks from that date, and I was already ready to go. But I decided, I'm not gonna do that. I'm gonna stay on my diet. I'm gonna stay focused, and I'm gonna work all day. And actually, I don't think any of my friends knew it was my birthday, or I didn't advertise it. It was the first year. I just said, you know what, my focus is here, and this is what I care about. And we filmed all day that day. It was a special day to have Boyana out there with me, and Mai Tai, because Mai Tai is one of my best friends too. David and Stefani Baca, they're my best friends. So it was really nice to be with them and just work together. My friendships have become ones that in which I'm working with these people towards goals and towards bigger things. So those are my new friendships in the last, I don't know, 5 years have become like that.
Did you get to hang out with Boyana at the Olympia a lot?
Yeah, we did the meet and greet together. So we requested to be at the same booth since we did that Taboo show, and that was a lot of fun to hang out with her before. The day of the show on Friday, the prejudging, we saw each other backstage, so we got to, give each other hugs and some love, and before we went on stage, and then she competed for her finals that same day, so I didn't get to watch it, and my finals was the next day. I believe she got to come to the show. She was done with hers, but because I was still in the mode of, I better get my rest, and you're exhausted on a show day, especially when it's dragged out to 2 days, a 2-day thing. So I stayed home. I didn't get to watch her finals. She placed in the top 10. She did very good.
How about, people struggling to eat clean, work out, they're in a funk? Any advice for them on how they get out of it?
Sure, sure. It really is just one meal at a time, one step at a time, one habit change at a time. And it becomes a lifestyle change. It has to be just the way you live your life. You can't just go on a diet. You can't just do something for a small period of time. It has to be these little changes that you make that you adopt forever. Otherwise, you'll always, yo-yo back. You go back and forth too. So I would say, take it one step at a time, make one healthy change, once a week, maybe one thing a week, let's get rid of, you know, um, regular sodas and move to diet sodas one week. And then maybe eventually get rid of soda, but small changes like this, small changes, habitual routines, like having a morning routine, like waking up, have a morning routine, go take a walk, a 10-minute walk, start with a 10-minute walk. If you're just starting out, start with some kind of physical activity, some kind of centering of the mind and the heart, some alone time, and with set your intentions, and your goals for the day, and then go and do it and schedule out time to do those things. Even if it's just 5 or 10 minutes, you got to just get in the habit. So you have to form these habits that are just lifestyle.
Yeah, that's good stuff. Back to competing real quick. So you teach posing. That's obviously so important on stage. Any tidbits you could share right now on what makes a good poser?
Sure, sure. A good poser is one that, because none of us are perfect. We don't have perfect bodies, not one person in the world. Some of them are close, but I'm nowhere near perfect. I have to project perfection, so you have to know how to manipulate the body in regards to hiding your weaknesses and showing off your strengths. So if you have a wider waist like I do, there's a little bit more twisting and turning to create an X factor, which means wide, small waist, wide at the bottom. So you trying to create this small waistline because that's what they're looking for. This is the most important thing, is to learn what are your weaknesses. You need to know what they are. You need to know what your strengths are. And so a lot of times when people come to me for posing, it's those things that we're working on. First, we have to identify those things and know where to spend more time. Is your weakness in the backside or in the front? And that means we want to spend more time in the strength, wherever the strength is, not show off the weakness too much. So just knowing and identifying those things, and then adding the right angles, and then adding the right personality to it. And it has to, your personality that is on stage, you got to shine. So you got to bring whatever's inside, that confidence, out. So if you're not a confident person, the judges are going to know. And a lot of times the homework that I give these girls is it's more spiritual homework. It's more homework that, you know, go off and take some time alone to think about, why are you doing this sport? Or you know, what makes you feel beautiful? You know, what part of you do you like? You know, let's talk about positive things about you, and then and bring that positive stuff out on stage, you know, so that you could shine. So you want to love yourself, you want to project love, you know. So it's a hard thing to do for a lot of people. We're all of us are insecure in one way or not, and especially in the fitness industry. I think more bodybuilders and fitness freaks and competitors that are very insecure, and it's why we do this sport, you know, because we're kind of making up for some kind of insecurity. So you gotta know your you know, yourself and love yourself, and then your posing will become so much better.
Yeah, you're on Instagram, you're on YouTube, you're on Facebook. People should go check out your social media. How about when you're not doing all these athletic things, what else do you like to do?
You know, that's a question that a lot of people ask me on interviews, and it's like almost like I never know what to say because I'm so busy working, and when I'm not working in the fitness industry, which I do online training, personal training, in you know, one-on-one. I do personal posing, coaching, and life coaching, and then you know, I work for my sponsors. That you know, sponsors that you have their jobs, you know, so representing them, marketing them. This is all work, and it's all my life. It's all day long, and then training myself and making my food. There's not a lot of time left for, you know, playing around or hobbies. So, but what I found that I have to have a part of my life is God and church. And so, if you want to say I have an extracurricular activity, it's not even extracurricular because it's a mandatory thing. I have to do it every day. I got to be in my Bible, in my word, and it's something I enjoy doing because it brings my personal growth to life, and it advances it rapidly when I'm doing those things. So it just all goes hand in hand. So that's really kind of my fun, if you will. These days, it's you know, it's serving others and being in my word and learning more about myself and my God, and growing and learning how to love and not judge more. Those are the things I'm working on outside of fitness, you know, but directly correlate with fitness. And if we're just talking about fun, I mean, I like to eat. So anytime, you know, if I'm gonna go do something fun, it's like I'm gonna go hang out with a girlfriend and go grab something I like to eat. And you know, lately I've been liking to go out on the beach, and you know, I live on the bay, so enjoying the sun and the sand, trying to do that a little bit more and get a little peace time out there.
That's beautiful. I love it. What about movies? You like movies?
Uh, you know what? I don't.
What
I
about
don't.
did you see Wonder Woman?
I did not.
You have to
I
see
did.
that movie. You have to see it.
I gotta check it out. I'm really behind in the with the movie world because I haven't had any time for that kind of stuff. It's literally wake up at 5 a.m. and it's back to back. As a competitor, there's just no extra time. You know, not if you're working full time. If you have a full time sponsor, somebody helping you out, okay, you have more time on your hands. But for me, I'm by myself. I support myself, so it's like, I mean, full time work, and there's no movies. I don't even watch TV. I really don't. I this last month I haven't watched TV. It's crazy. That's how busy I used to put it on only when I would go to bed and kind of fall asleep to it, and I don't even have time for that. I'm just like, man, I just better go to bed.
Literally, throughout the entire movie, Wonder Woman is carrying a sword just like what's next to
Oh,
you.
you're kidding me.
The entire
That's
movie. So,
cool. I'm like Wonder Woman. Yeah.
well, let's end on how about people who potentially want to work with you? How do they get a hold of you? Is it just through your website or?
That's a great question. My website is up now. Finally, it's tamara-jordan.com, and you can contact me through the website, and all my information is there in regards to rates and services. And then also social media, the Instagram, Tamara Haddad 7. And that's the same name for, oh, I don't do Snapchat anymore. I'm off of Snapchat. It was just too much work. So everything's on Instagram. On Instagram, my email address is also listed. It's tamarahaddad777@yahoo.com. And you guys can just send me an email and let me know what service you're interested in, and I'll get back to you with the informational letter.
That's great. Tamara, thank you so much for your time. I really appreciate it.
Thank you, Chris. Thanks for having me.